Welcome to Business Studies Lessons. Chapter 1, Nature and Significance of Management. Nature of Management, Part 2. We have already completed Characteristics of Management, Importance of Management, and now we are moving on to Nature of Management. Review time. So let us see one by one. If you remember, what is Characteristics of Management, Objectives of Management, and Importance of Management. Before that, what is management? Management is a process of achieving the goals with effectiveness and efficiency. Characteristics of management. So, management is goal-oriented. There is a goal for every organization. And management is all pervasive. Pervasive means management is required in any kind of organization. It is multidimensional because management is multidimensional means you have to manage work, you have to manage people, and you have to manage the process, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. It is a continuous process. You need to manage the organization not just for a day or few months, but so long as the business exists. It is a group activity. Here, group effort is given more weightage than the individual effort. It is dynamic. The management is a dynamic function, which means that management should adapt to change. Management is an intangible force. In every organization, there is management, but we can just feel it, we cannot see it. Objectives of management. There are three types of objectives: organizational objective, social objective, and personal objective. Organizational objective means initially all the startups will have survival as the objective. As the business grows, they will have profit making as the objective. And when they are very successful, they think of expansion. Social objective. The business organization is liable to create jobs for the community, not to pollute the environment, and to provide eco-friendly products which are not harmful to human beings as well as for the environment. Personal objective. The business also takes care of employees' objectives, their need for finance, their need to be recognized and being respected, their needs there to meet their high-end needs. Importance of management. Importance of management. It is to achievement of goals, improve efficiency of the workers. It is dynamic in nature, which means that it is adaptable to change, and it also helps in achieving the employees' goals, and not only that, it helps in developing the society. Moving on to today's lesson objective, which is nature of management. How is the nature of management? So, as per that, we are finding out if management is a science, or it's an art, or it's a profession by nature. Let's check if management is an art. Let's check if management is an art. To know if management is an art, let's know the basic features of art. So what is art? Art is a form of human expression that includes a wide range of creative activities. Art itself is of various kinds. Visual art, which includes painting, sculpture, photography. Performing arts, which includes music, theatre, dance. Literary arts, which includes poetry, prose, storytelling. The purpose of art is to communicate ideas, emotions, and experience. The purpose of art is also to entertain, preserve culture, and it is used for commercial purpose these days. Do you remember Modi ji's initiative Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav? Gone are the days when artists used to be underpaid. Now, art forms are a means of making money. Hope you agree with me. Art is acquired through study, through observation, through practice, and through experience. Experience in performing. Like any other study, it has literature, theories, and principles to follow. One can learn any art form by observing. In talent show, in TV, you must have heard kids saying that they have learned music and dance by watching TV, isn't it? Through rigorous practice and through performing at various stages, one can become an expert in any art. Some amount of creativity is also required to practice the basic principles that one has learned. Is management and art. Existence of theoretical knowledge. Both art and management is based on the existence of certain theoretical knowledge, that is, some knowledge. This knowledge is derived from the experience of the experts. There are a lot of literatures available in the field of art, such as dance, music, public speaking, etc. And there are a lot of literature available in the field of management also, such as marketing, finance, human resource, etc. Personalized application. In both art and management, the application of knowledge varies from person to person. How? Whatever we have learned, it is not necessary that we apply. For instance, two dancers, two speakers, two actors will differ in demonstrating their art. Similarly, no two managers are alike. Based on practice and creativity, both art and management is acquired through study, observation, and experience. Art involves creative practice of existing knowledge. A successful manager also carries out his day-to-day activities based on the observation and experience. All music is based on 7 basic notes. However, what makes the composition of a musician unique is his ability to use the notes in a creative manner. Who is your favorite musician? A good manager works through a combination of practice, creativity, imagination, initiative, and innovation. So, is management an art? Yes, it is almost similar. Next, we are finding out if management is science. What is science? Science is a systematic body of knowledge that explains certain general truth. Let's find out if management is a science. So, first point they have given a systematic body of knowledge. Science has evolved over a period of time based on certain principles. How these principles have been derived? It is maybe using cause and effect relationship. Cause and effect relationship in simple words means there is a cause behind whatever happens in the world. And science also has proved theories which has been derived from repeated experiments. Science also has literatures and books which has got its own concepts and vocabularies. We have heard of scientific names of plants and animals. Let me explain little more about cause and effect relationship. On to the left, you can see live corals, which is a home for a variety of marine creatures, which one can find underwater in the ocean. They are so sensitive that if water becomes warm, these corals die. So, due to global warming, these corals are disappearing, and so is the marine life. So, the cause is global warming and the effect is dead corals. 2. Principles based on experiments and observation. So the principles have been, scientists have observed, they have done a lot of observation, repeated experiments, and certain things have been tested in the laboratories. And after that, the principles have been formed. Science has evolved over a period of time based on observation, repeated experimentation, and by testing in laboratories. Principles like Newton's law of motion, universal law of gravitation, we are not going deep into that, but these have been evolved over a period of time. However, since management deals with human beings and all human beings are different, you cannot, with a different behavior, you cannot get them tested in a laboratory, and you cannot, their results also may not be, even if you take them also, their results are not going to be accurate because humans are different in nature. Therefore, you cannot say management is science because physical science is definite and exact, whereas management is an inexact science. Universal validity. Principles of science is universally accepted. You go to Japan, you go to US, you go to UK, or here, everywhere same kind of principles are being followed. Since principles of management are not as exact as principles of science, their application and use is not universal. In India, the business environment is different, so different methods are being used. In Japan, it is different. In US, it is different. So the principles that are used in India is not accepted, maybe not accepted in US. We can't be sure of. So based on the features, we can say that the management has some characteristics of science and not all. So we can say that management is an inexact or soft science. The prominence of human factor in the management makes it a social science. It is not pure science like physics or chemistry. Then let's find out what is a profession. Profession is an occupation backed by specialized knowledge and training. We all can mention few examples like doctors, nurses, teachers, lawyers, etc. They all are well qualified. That means that they have a knowledge, they have knowledge and they are well trained. So let's check if management is a profession. So first it states that it is a well-defined body of knowledge. All the professions, including management, is based on a systematic body of knowledge and comprising of well-defined principles based on a variety of business situations, which is taught in different institutions such as IIMs. You must have heard of IIMs, considered most prestigious institution not only India but also around the world. It is a tough life for science graduate students. First, there is an eligibility criteria for completing 12th. Then there is an entrance exam like NEET, JEE, then 4 to 5 years of rigorous study, and then masters and specialization. The list is just endless. Restricted entry. The entry for every profession is restricted through examination with through some minimum education qualification. But there is no specific criteria for the position of manager in any organization. However, due to tough competition, organizations prefer candidates who have completed education and training from professional institutions such as ICAI, IIM, ISB, etc. But after selection, every organization has their own way of training their employees to meet the needs of the organization. So they just want the basic qualification to become a manager. That's it. Having spoken of IIM, I just want to remind you that with years of hard work, only one can crack common admission test, which is required for admission in these institutions. Even before you can graduate, You can be picked up for the most rewarding jobs in India and abroad. That's how powerful these institutions are. Professional association. All professions are affiliated to some professional association. All India Medical Association for doctors, Bar Council of India for lawyers, which regulate their entry into the profession and frames code of conduct for the profession. Such professionals take oath that they will abide by the rules, and these associations have the right to take away their license. Lawyers are part of Bar Council of India, and even they are debarred if any malpractices are proved against them. Ethical Code of Conduct. All India Medical Association has also devised code of conduct for our Indian managers, but it is not mandatory. Mandatory means compulsory for all the managers to follow this code of conduct. What is this code of conduct? Code of conduct is following ethics. And what is ethics? Doing what is right, taking up your responsibility, being honest, being moral, living for the values, then living as per your consciousness. Service motive. The primary objective of every profession is to provide service. Teachers teach, even though they get salary, they teach. The primary motive is to teach the students. The main aim of every profession is to serve its clients, whereas the basic purpose of management is to help the organization achieve its stated goal, which is profit maximization in most of the cases. So to conclude, we can say management does not fulfill all the features of a profession. There is no mandatory degree required, no license required, no ethical code of conduct to adhere to. Adhere to means to follow. Therefore, management is not a full-fledged profession, but it is a becoming profession, which means in years to come, it may also be included in the list of professions, but as of now, it is not a profession. So, is management a profession? No, it is not a profession. Moving on to the next topic, levels of management. It is a very simple topic. It talks about, it is like people who live in three different floors. Here it is about what position the employee holds and what are their duties and responsibilities in an organization. Levels of management. Levels of management consist of top level management, mid level management, and lower level management. They are categorized like this as they differ in their job title, and their duties and responsibilities. Top level management. Top level management consists of managers at the highest level of management. Here, president is considered to be in the top level management. There are other names for top level management. For example, Chief Executive Officer, Chief Operating Officer, Chairman, or General Manager. It is known as top level management because it has the topmost position in the hierarchy of the organization. Functions of top level management. The functions of top level management is to create an objective or aim for the organization, or lay down an aim for the organization. Based on the aim, they plan the course of action to be taken, after which they appoint mid-level management. They give instructions to middle-level management. They coordinate the various departments of the organization, and they control the entire organization, and they build or maintain relationship not only with the employees of the organization but also with the outsiders or shareholders. Mid-level management. The management which comes just below the top level management is called the mid-level management. When the business expands, it will have various departments, and there should be a head which will lead those departments, and they constitute mid-level management. This level of management consists of different department heads. For example, in research and development, research R&D manager, finance manager, marketing manager, and division product X Z manager, or production department. He is the manager of the production department. These managers receives orders and instructions from top level management and pass it down to their subordinates. They are also responsible for executing the plans. Executing the plans means bringing to action and formulated by the top level management. This level consists of, I have told you already, like for each department there will be a manager, say production manager, finance manager, etc. Middle level management acts as an intermediary in between. Intermediary means in between the top and the lower. Intermediary between the top and the lower level management. Functions of middle level management. It implements the policy decisions made by the top. So we have seen that policies are made by the top level management based on their objectives, and they communicate these policies from the top level to the lower level management. At all levels of management must know what are the aims of what are the objectives of the organization, and what are the policies to be followed. Directing the managers at the lower level. Then planning the activities to be carried out in their department on a day-to-day basis. Say monitoring day-to-day activities, evaluating the performance of the departmental employees, motivating and rewarding the employees, coordinating with the other departments. It is very important that they communicate with the other departments, because all the departments are working towards their organization, just one or common organizational objective or goal, and reporting what is happening or what is happening in their departments. They need to report to the top level management. Lower level management. This level is known as the supervisory management or operational management. This level consists of supervisor, foremen, inspectors, etc. They deal directly with the workers. So what they are doing, they are planning the day-to-day activities. They assign workers different jobs and tasks. They give report feedback information daily, like how the workers have how far the work has been done. They report this feedback to the middle level management. They take corrective actions whenever necessary. They maintain personal and immediate contact with the production employees. As a link, they are the link between the middle level management and the workers. They also provide training to the workers. What are the functions of lower level management? They maintain discipline among the others. It is very important that the discipline is maintained. They welcome suggestions from the workers for the better working condition. They help management in, so depending upon the requirement, they help the management. Maybe middle level management is recruiting, at that time selection, training and promotion of the workers. They look after the safety of the workers and safeguard at all critical points to avoid accidents. They prevent grievances. They represent grievances before the middle level management. What is the meaning of the word grievance? Grievance means complaint. Review time. So today we have learned nature of management. In that we have found that management is an art, and management is also a science to a certain extent, but management is not a profession. Management is an art because there is existence of theoretical knowledge, and whatever knowledge the person has achieved, it depends upon how he applies. It is also based on practice and creativity. management as a science, it is an inexact science because management also has systematic body of knowledge and the principles are based on experiments. We cannot fully agree that the principles are based on experiments because management deals with human beings and their behaviors differ, so we cannot find the exact outcome. And the principles of management is not universally accepted as the principle of science. So we can finally say that management is an inexact science, not a pure science. Management as a profession. So management has all the it has a well-defined body of knowledge, theory, concepts, vocabulary, and various principles, but it has no restricted entry. There are no examinations, and it is not required that the manager should be part of any professional association, and it is also not required that they should strictly follow ethical code of conduct. And even though they have service motive as objective, still profit making is the most important objective of any organization. Next, we learned what are levels of management. In that, we learned top level management, mid level management, and lower level management. It's question time. First question: management is considered to be an art because the principle of management have universal validity. The principle of management has universal application. Different principles of management are brought into effect differently by different managers. It is not important for practicing managers to be member of the professional association. So what do you think will be the right option? We learned before, is management an art? In that we learned personalized application. So what is it? In both art and management, the application of knowledge varies from person to person. So whatever the person knows, it depends upon person to person how he applies it. Like two dancers, two speakers, two actors, they all differ in what they do. Similarly, no two managers are alike. Let us see the options one by one. So the principle of management have universal validity. They are talking about science. That is, universally the principles are accepted, but not in management. Principles of management have universal application. That is also, it is about science and not about management. Whereas different principles of management are brought into effect differently by different managers, which means managers, when they are using these principles, each manager will use it in a different way. Then it is not important for practicing manager. It's about profession and nothing to do with art. Second question: which of the following is not a designation related to the top level management? President, vice president, chairman, production manager. We learned before that in top level management, chief executive officer, chief operating officer, chairman, general manager, all these are under the same level of management. That is top. They are different names of top level management. Whereas production manager is different. See here, he is the CEO or COO. Another name is president. They are top level management, whereas a person who is in charge of various departments like research and development, finance, marketing, they are middle level management. So which of the following is not a designation related to top level management? It is the production manager. Question number 3. Policy formulation is a function of top level managers, middle level managers, lower level managers, all of the above. Let's find out. So what are the functions of top level managers? Because this is the correct answer. So let us just check What are the functions of top level manager? They formulate the aims, they formulate the policies or plans, they appoint the middle level manager, they give instruction to the middle level manager, they coordinate the various departments of the organization, they have full control over the organization. And not only that, they maintain relationship with the employees inside and outside the organization. This is long answers. Management is considered to be both art and science. Explain. So art is a skillful and personal application of existing knowledge to achieve a desired goal. In that, three things they have told about art: existence of theoretical knowledge, then personalized application. Each theoretical knowledge means for every art form there is theory behind it. Just like for music there are 7 musical notes, so there is a theory behind it, whether it is dance or music or acting. For everything there is a theory behind. And just like that, even managers have some theories regarding or literature. They have books about finance, marketing, human resource, etc. Personalized application, that means the knowledge is same, but how people are going to use it, it differs. The basic knowledge differs from one individual to another, like two dancers, two painters, etc. Based on practice and creativity, the more people practice and the more creative they are, it depends upon that. All art is practical, it involves creative practice. Just like practice makes a man perfect, the more we practice, it becomes better, and better we become at it. It also requires creativity. Same way, managers also applies the knowledge whatever he has learned in a unique manner. More practice makes him a better manager. He also develops his own style over the period of time. How to write management is an inexact science. So first one is systematic body of knowledge. So its principles are based on cost and effect relationship. Whatever happens in the world, there is a cause behind it. Like water evaporates on being heated. All managerial principles have cause and effect relationship. In businesses also, there is a cause. They use this principle, cause and effect relationship. It is based on experimentation. Scientific principles are first developed through observation and by testing it and through repeated experimentation. Same way, management principles are also propounded after observation but through personal experience. We cannot experiment with human behavior, or they cannot be tested in laboratories. Then universal validity. All scientific principles have universal validity, which means wherever you do the experiment, it gives you the same result. Principles of management do not have universal validity. They have to be adjusted and applied according to the needs of the situation or business environment. Thus, management is an inexact science. Now, discuss the basic features of management as a profession. Or the question can be asked, do you think management has the characteristics of a full-fledged profession? So, no, management does not possess. In the beginning itself, we are writing and we are giving reasons why it is so. So, well, like art and science, it has got a well-defined body of knowledge. So, all professions are based on this knowledge, and can be acquired. How you can get it? Through teaching and learning process. This feature of profession is possessed by management as well. Okay, and there is a vast knowledge available on management in the form of definition, concepts, theories, principles, and many books have been written for management. So that agrees with both profession and management. Restricted entry. All professions have restrictions or entry to its practitioners. We saw that there is eligibility criteria. There are some exams, entrance exams to be written, and rigorous study for 3 to 4 years. And then they have to qualify the exam. And it doesn't just graduation is not enough. Then the proposed graduation, then specialization, and so on. They have to acquire specific degree to be professional, such as LLB for lawyers, MBBS for doctors, but a manager can be an MBA qualified or not. Next comes professional association. All professions are affiliated to, which means linked to, or you have to be part of those professional associations, which regulates the entry, how you can be part of it, and how you can get the certificate of practice. It also formulates code of conduct, that how you should behave. All lawyers have to be a member of bar council to practice law. So, but it is not compulsory for all managers to be part of AIMA, which means All India Management Association. Next comes ethical code of conduct. All the professions are bound by an ethical code of conduct, which means the way people behaves, or it has got some guidelines which guides the behavior of the members. But as it is not compulsory for all managers to be members of AIMA, they may not be aware of the prescribed code of conduct, and they need not follow it. Service motive. All basic motive, all the professions have the basic motive to serve their clients' interest. Lawyers to get justice to their clients, doctors to treat the patients. All managers work in such a manner that they show their effectiveness and efficiency in the form of good quality goods provided to the customers at a reasonable price. Whereas in management, uh, they don't have service motive. They have, most of the organization have profit as their motive. Thus, management possesses some characteristics of a profession, but not all. So we cannot say that management is a profession. Ritu is a manager of a northern division of large corporate house. At what level does she work in the organization? What are her basic functions? So, northern division, that means there are various divisions in the organization, and there will be a CEO which will be on the top level management. So she is at the middle level management. So what are the functions she has to do? So she has to implement the policies that are written by the top level management. Implement means to make it into action, bring it into action. Communicate policies. Communicate means tell them, make the lower level management or those who are under her, make them understand by communicating. Directing the managers, show directions also to the lower level management. Then planning the activities of the department, how purchase department need to function, how sales department need to function. Monitoring day-to-day activities of the organization. Then evaluating the performance of the employees, motivating, rewarding, and coordinating with various departments. Sales department need to coordinate or communicate with the purchase department. Purchase department need to communicate with the finance department. Human resource department need to communicate with the finance department, and report all what all is happening in the organization, report all to the top level management. So with this we come to the end of the session. The next session is